Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday, whether you're here hanging out live or you're catching the replay. We're happy to have you here with us. We already have some people hanging out in the chat. We have Lace. Thanks, Lace, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow, kind of, in YouTube world. Marcus and Tiffany are here. James is here. We've got Damien. Damien hasn't been here before. Welcome, Damien. Father Don. And Phil. Thanks for hanging out, Phil. Oh, and Brian. Hi, Brian. Well, we have an awesome guest who I sent to the wrong link, who waited very patiently in the wrong backstage waiting room, which is really just a testament to Nikki and the goofy things that I do from time to time. Hey, Keys. So, because I'm not making him wait any longer, he already waited a very long time. Welcome, Elias.
What it do? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here today with us. What kind of crazy weather do you guys have out your way right now?
It's, I want to say, probably high 60s or no, low 50s. It's been okay. It's been decent, but we still wearing hoodies and stuff.
Well, that sounds good. We have weird weather. It is now sunny, but it tried to snow for the first time today. It was not successful, so that's okay with us.
I don't think Memphis is going to get another snow day. We only had one snow day this year. I don't think we're going to get another one. So just cold and rain.
Are you okay with that? Is one snow day good?
I'm all right with it.
I'm all for those 2-hour delays.
We see the way our city works. We never have delays with school opening and closing. It's just straight close. I don't even bother coming out.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that's different then. Then you have to make it up later. The 2-hour delay is like golden because you don't have to make it up, but you get to sleep a little bit longer.
Well, luckily our school system have it because we rarely have snow days. So our system has it to where we got 10 snow days, and before we have to make it up. So as long as it doesn't fall after 10 days, we're good.
Oh,
I think only one time it went past 10 days. And we only had to make up maybe 2 days, and that was it.
Well, that is a very smart system. We always need to go extra days for something, whether it be flooding or snowing. We are always there
or power outage.
Or power outages.
We ain't cutting it.
Oh, man. We haven't gotten to watch your show this morning. We have to go back. Kurt's been sick. I got to hop in the chat first thing, but I need to go watch #Replay Gang this evening.
#Replay Gang, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Whiskey Bomb Network.
Absolutely.
For which we all would not be here without.
Facts. Shout out to Big Brother Keys.
Definitely. And did I hear that you might be going to the Southeast Reptile Expo?
Yeah. I am going to KG show in March, but then I have a trip to Disney World in April for a race. So I didn't think my funds would allow me to go to Atlanta because my car isn't the best and I would have to rent a car, find a place to stay. But then my mom was like, hey, I think I'm going to go to Atlanta to see your nephew, my youngest nephew who lives out there. And I was like, oh, I'm hopping in the car with you because there's a reptile show there. She said, as long as you don't bring a creature in my car, I'm cool. I said, all right. Little does she know Ro is bringing me a snake. Shh. Yeah. I'm going to hide it in the trunk.
Exactly. They're quiet. They don't make any noise. It's not like a dog. It won't be barking in there. So
exactly. Yeah.
One of the many beauties of having a snake as a pet. They're very quiet.
Very quiet. You don't even notice they're there.
Exactly. Unless maybe they're going to the bathroom. That might be the only time. But God forbid that happens in the car.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
That would be hilarious. What's
But you
that
can always,
noise? None. That was me. My bad. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say you could always pass it off as an exhaust leak. But
I don't know what that smell is. That's weird. I have no idea what that.
it's got to be somebody's cat
I think
going bad.
I think it's something I ate at the show.
Those darn reptile people feeding people bad food. Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited to see everybody. I know I've seen Wiz and Schaumburg, and I've seen Keys and Daytona. I mean, not Daytona. My first time going to Tinley and stuff, but to see everybody, to see y'all, to see Lace, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Oh my gosh, we're excited. I don't even think Kurt realized you were coming until I just said it.
This is the first time I've heard that.
So
Yeah, it was real last minute. Well, I thought Pip said Ashley and Nikita, they were going to try to kidnap me because they got to drive past Memphis anyway. But it was still up in the air. I didn't think I was coming down, but now I know for sure I'm coming.
that would be a good kidnapping.
Right. They'll say, hey, we'll swing by and get you.
That would not be a kidnapping I would object to.
Not at all. Have you seen their collection? Yeah, kidnap me. I'll come. I'll be a roommate. It's fine.
Exactly. Happily. You'd be a willing participant.
Yes. No. Lace is a fool. That's one thing I don't want. She said if Ash kidnaps you, you'll come back with a hypo. I don't need that.
No. We need a lot of lotion for that.
A lot.
Oh, that shirt that you have, or that logo you have with the lotion, is one of my favorite ones.
The Ashley Assassin. I did that just for Eric B because he just kept bugging me. He was like, when we're going to get Ashley Assassin merch? I said, I got you. I used the AI. I figured something out. And then I was like, give me your address. I'm sending it to you.
It's so good.
It is.
Your merch store the other day. I love all the Crocs, the shoes, the frocks, as Lace would call them.
The frocks, yeah. But they're just as comfortable as the real deal. They might be fake Crocs, but they still comfy.
Doesn't matter. At a fraction of the price, it's worth it.
Exactly. I wear the whiskey bum one all the time around the house. Those are my house shoes.
Oh, those are good house shoes. Stan says he's going to try and make it out to the show too. It'd be fun to meet you, Stan.
Yes. I hope so, because I really want to hug on Stan. I love that man. Pause.
I was going to say, there's going to be a lot of hugging going on.
It is a lot of hugging. No 6 feet away. Just get in here.
Absolutely. There might even be a couple group hugs.
Yes.
So. That would be the best ever.
Because we're huggers. But it's always that weird, awkward interaction where it's like handshake, fist bump, hug.
Where you like going halfway, like, Yeah. I do that all the time. No, I'm the king of someone's waving and I wave back and they weren't even waving at me. They're waving at somebody behind me.
Right.
I'm the king of that. And I'm like, oh, shoot, you don't even know me. My bad.
And then you do the smile, and then I no longer even do like the pretending. I just fully commit to it. And then I'm just like, and they're not.
Yeah.
And you feel a little silly, but just a little bit, and you're like, whatever,
Yeah.
Maybe you'll make a new best friend. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Hey, I've made friends the most weirdest way ever. One of my closest friends I always tell this story when I was living in Orlando because I took an internship at Disney World and I'm sitting in line waiting for them to assign me my apartment because Disney gives you housing and stuff and my key. And the girl in line in front of me turn around and say, yo, we're going to be best friends. The minute you move in your apartment, meet me for sushi. I was like, okay. And we've been friends ever since. Like, she just told me we're going to be friends. I said, okay, cool. I don't know what I did.
That was an easy decision right there.
That was the easiest friendship I ever made. It's so simple. Just stood in line.
Gosh.
regular sushi or the controversial deep fried sushi? What's your take?
I like both. I like the regular sushi, but I've been to some restaurants where because I'm limited with my diet or what I can eat without going into the hospital.
Yes.
And so my favorite is salmon and crab meat. So if they can deep fry either of those, I'm good. I'm not complaining.
Yep, it's hard.
But I like the old school way too.
It's hard not to. I just watched a video like 3 or 4 days ago, and people were hating on deep fried sushi rolls. I'm going, yeah, I guess it's not traditional, but man, is it good?
Is it good? When you deep fry anything, like before my allergy, deep fried Oreos were a staple. Every time I went to the fair, I'm like, I gotta go to the deep fried Oreo booth and give me some. That's why I'm still big. That's why I still got a big back.
And then they get you with that funnel cake at the fair.
Oh my gosh.
The elephant ears.
Deep fried Snickers on a stick.
Yes. Oh, the day I first had deep fried ice cream, that blew my mind. I said, that's impossible. You can't fry ice cream. They did that. And it was good.
I've never had it. Have you had deep fried ice cream?
I think I have once. A lot of the Mexican restaurants do it around here.
I've never partaken. I must partake.
It is so good. It is so good. I miss it.
What is
I miss everything.
Texture like deep fried ice cream? Is it soft? What is it like?
It's crunchy. It's an outer layer. I guess they kind of use the same batter as like the you just said it. My brain just went blank.
Like a funnel cake?
Funnel cake, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like that type of batter.
Interesting.
But when you bite into it, you hit that cold of the ice cream. The ice cream is still cold.
What?
So it's warm on the outside, cold on the inside. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Impossible.
We're gonna have to do it next time I see it on the menu.
Oh,
yeah, but it's so good. It is so good.
My mind is blown. I don't even.
I tore it. The last time I went to the fair, I tore that up. I tore it up.
Gosh darn it! Why does it have to be so long until the fair comes back?
I know. I gotta wait till like September for mine.
Would you say it's unfair?
It is unfair. And
very
the cotton
unfair.
Candy, the good cotton candy, not like the.
Yes, there's a difference. There's a difference between good cotton candy and whatever that imitation that you can buy at Sam's in that big giant bucket.
Yes.
So last year there was two ladies making fresh cotton candy animals, and and it was a big animal, like full teddy bear size. I can't even get my hands to gauge how big it was, and I think they only charged like $20. But we're talking full face.
It was so cute.
Wow. People could have eaten that.
I'll have to find a picture, and send it
There's
to you.
diabetes right there.
Yep.
Straight up.
Lauren ate it in one. Like, we walked away. He had just turned 5. He's walking around with this giant thing that is bigger. I do have a picture of it. It's bigger than my head. He's walking around with this rabbit. Pull off the paper ears, pull off the eyes. It's got like fake glitter, edible glitter on it. He's eating away on it. All of a sudden it's gone. Like, oh, this could be a good car ride home. We're gonna have fun.
I bet that sugar crash was heavy. Like once he crashed out for that high, it was.
Yeah, it was good
night
man. when that hit. But
that poor baby.
Hour and 20-minute car ride home, he was bouncing off the windows.
All the fairs around us are a little ways away, so you got to drive. But it sure was cute to have them. They make it right in front of you. It was adorable.
Oh, I bet that's dope. I hope I see that one day. I'm not gonna partake in it, but I want to at least witness it.
It was a pretty good production watching the cotton candy. The weird things we do. Do you have ball pythons? Do you have only ball pythons?
No.
You have other things. That's right.
I'm a proud father of 2 short tails, 3 boas. I'm gonna still say 4 boas, even though I gave Hades to Maki. And a door-free tick I got from Jordan. Shout out Heartland Reptiles. And I was gifted a Burn Meats by Lady Tia's Nikki. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm a house of spider. I mean, not spiders, snakes. Snakes. I don't need spiders, even though I got some. I have a roommate. I have a wolf spider that I refuse to kill because I know they kill and eat brown recluses, which are very native to where I'm at. So we're just roommates. I say, as long as you don't come down from your corner and touch me, we good. The moment if you reach my bed, it's over. You got to go.
That frock will be in action.
Yeah. The shoe is coming and you're gonna get squished. So we got that mutual agreement. But other than that, strictly snakes in my house.
It's good. We had our expo this last weekend, and we started out with 1 tarantula because somebody gifted us a tarantula. I couldn't say no. And then our son wanted another tarantula, so we got this little teeny tiny tarantula. It's like the size of half of my pinky fingernail. And then I had to have a jumping spider. So now we have 3 spiders. So you may end up, you never know what will come your way. You may have.
I'm not gonna lie. When I see jumping spider content on Instagram, I think they're adorable. The way they hide their faces and move their arms, I'm like, that's so adorable. But if you jump on me, I'm a freak out.
Yeah.
Kurt is very afraid of spiders. Very, very afraid. But he's tolerating the fact that there are 3 living in our kitchen.
She's
now.
a little crazy, but that's okay. You know, I knew that years ago. But the first time we were at an expo and I looked over, she was probably 25, 30 feet away, and she had this probably golf ball sized tarantula sitting on her arm. I went sheet white.
And
I just, oh man, it was.
Look, I don't blame you. I don't have an irrational fear of spiders. I have experience because when I was a kid, a brown recluse got my back. I still have the scar to this day. Got my back. I had a severe allergic reaction. My parents had to rush me to the ER, and they had to cut open and drain where the bite was. And then I had to get stitches. The stitches was worse than everything else. So ever since then, me and spiders have been beefing. We've had a lifelong beef with each other. But I've been doing my education, my research, and that's the only reason why the wolf spider is still alive in my house. I'm like, we could be cool, bruh, but just know weapons are coming out if you leave that top corner of the ceiling.
hopefully he'll stay up there and just do his job.
Yeah, just do your job. Just kill all the other creatures and we good.
Do you have any breeding projects planned for this year?
I've currently been breeding my campfire female Raja. And for those who don't know, campfires are calico cinnamon inchy. I've bred, and she's 100% head pied. And I want to create my own pies because I got a whole house full of. And I bred her to Radican, my pinstripe 100% head pie. So hopefully, and they've locked like a good 4 times. And she's been eating like crazy. And hopefully she'll go for me.
Fingers crossed.
That's what I'm waiting. Yeah.
That should be really nice looking, nice high pattern because of the pinstripe.
Yes. With the pinstripe and the calico and stuff. And she's very high expression calico. She's a good expression calico. So I'm looking forward to that. And if I get an all gener or at least most of them in a pie form, I'll be happy. I'm like, hold back. Yes.
Absolutely. It's one of those snakes where you won't be mad when you go open up a tub. You're like, that's a really pretty snake. Exactly.
Yeah, I would not regret. I'd be like, yep, you're staying here. Let me pick out a new Disney name for you.
Did you see Ron's comment? He says, I have an extreme fear of flying roaches. Saw a tarantula eating one. That's my new best friend. Roaches.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard of the debacle. I don't think y'all were in the group chat stand, the Patreon chat stand, but I freaked out and had a nervous breakdown because I thought I finally, knock on wood, had a mite infestation.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
I freaked out. I was going through anxiety. At this point, I got more snakes now, but at this point I had over 50 snakes. All of them took a done so bath. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm freaking out. So I text a picture of the bug that was in the tub, sent it to my mentor, and she busted out laughing. She said, "That's a baby stink bug." And I was like, what the? So me and my snakes are in this bathtub with Dawn soap for 3 hours over a stink bug. I said, that's it. I bought a whole pack of those hot shots from Amazon, just put them all around the house. I said, I'm sick of this. Everybody got to go.
You had the cleanest snakes around at that point.
They had a nice jacuzzi that day. They were good. They were like, yep, we feel nice. This is nice. Meanwhile, I'm panicking. I'm like, I've never had mice before. How did this happen? All because of a tiny little bit. I've never seen this. First of all, there are a lot of bugs I did not know were babies at one point in their lives. I've never seen a baby stink bug. I just saw a little bitty black dot in the tub and just like, nope, nope.
Yep. And whenever you have a mite infestation, right? Or even if it's one or two snakes, you just constantly thoroughly look at that and like, is that little speck of dirt? Is that a mite? Is that a mite? Is that a mite? Mite paranoid times 10.
Everything.
We had them once, but it was our first banana.
It's freckles coming in.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, oh my God, this snake has mites, Kurt. And it was about the same. We were probably about the same point. We probably had about 50 snakes. They were between like 2 rooms, the quarantine room, the room where the regulars got to be. And I was like, oh God, it's happening. And then I was like, there's another one. And then it was, yep. I treated it just like you. It was just the freckles. Good Lord.
Oh, no, yeah. Luckily for me, see
what Lace says. We both have siblings from her coming.
Yes.
Yay.
Those are such beautiful babies.
This is about to be my 3rd snake from Lace because I got Corella, my blackhead calico yellow belly, and her brother. I forgot his name already. Anansi. I got too many snakes with names. Anansi. And so now I'm about to have Axwell soon. I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Look who's here. Hey, Steven.
What up, Steven? Thanks for tapping in. Yeah. Man.
Ron says, bugs, I can deal with them. Roaches, the schoolgirl in me comes out. I can't blame you. I don't want to have to deal with a roach.
I'm a school teacher who works for a public school system in the heart of the city. One time a child brought a little friend in their backpacks and I freaked out. There was a lot. They said, can I go get my lunch? Sure. They went to go get their lunch, dropped the box. 3 creatures came out. I said, we got to go. I called the cleaning crew. I said, bring your sprays. I'm about to take them to the cafeteria. Handle this. Put a bomb somewhere in this room. I don't deal with roaches either. Ants. Oh, I have our school, because we live by a field, have a big ants and those little tiny hopping little mice, field mice. Every spring, it never fails. At least 2 of them come into the building. And because I'm the snake person, every teacher calls me. The principal called me. Hey, come get your friends. I said, what friends? Is there a snake in the building? She said, no, the mice. And I have to go wrangle the mice. I'm like, really?
They will call you for anything at that point. There was a frog once. There was Nikki, come help us with this little frog. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It just wants
I'm not a frog expert.
I know. Just get it out. Poor
they like you deal with one weird creature, you deal with them all.
Yep, absolutely.
Or even better, you have snakes. Do you want to do an assembly for everybody? No, I don't have like production snakes. Like what do you want? This is my ball python. 500 children. Look at my ball python.
Hey, when I first started out with Creative Reptiles, all I had was ball pythons. I didn't have a boa. I didn't have a retic. I made it work. My presentations were specifically facts, their husbandry, where their history, what part of Africa they came from. And then I start breaking down with the genetics, like the morphs. Like, this is what you see out in the wild. This is called a wild type or a normal. This is what genetics would do. This is an albino, or this is a blue-eyed Lucy. So I was able to wing a full hour presentation.
That's amazing.
Just off that. Yeah. Then once I got the boas, I was like, okay, I can work with something. So then I start my presentation. First, we're going to go to the continent of Africa. Then we're going to hop on a plane and travel all the way to South America. And I made it work. I was freestyling in those school presentations.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Just got to make it work. Do what you do.
Just fly Elias out here.
Absolutely.
Elias, I have some snakes you can borrow.
Just got to get, because the kids, especially elementary kids, they don't care. They just see a cool snake. So you can say anything. You can talk and say anything. Then the Q&A part of it takes more than my presentation, because all they want to know is, does it bite? Does it have teeth? Can I touch it? How does it poop? And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be here a minute. And then the hardest presentation I did was a high school who was teaching biology. Because all they cared about was how did they have sex. I was like, y'all, this isn't a birds and the bees class. That's all they cared about, was how do snakes have sex. I was like, and then in the middle of my presentation, I'm talking about the history. I'm talking about all the care, what they eat. And my best friend, my buddy Jafar, wrapped around my neck, decides to take a big old crap right in the middle of my shirt. that lit those high schoolers up. They was like, oh my gosh, it's peeing. and then the teacher just handed me her small trash can, and I'm sitting there still talking, still doing the presentation with a trash can right here under my moves, getting all the stuff. From that day forward, I always take baby wipes and an extra t-shirt. He taught me baby wipes and extra t-shirt, because I had multiple presentations. I was going from classroom to classroom. This was like the second out of 5. I still had to go with a big old poop and pee stain on my shirt. I was like, Jafar, I hate you right now. I really hate you.
And that one class got the really good demonstration. Got like the high dollar one, and all three after were like, what happened?
Exactly. They just see a big old stain on my shirt, and I probably smelled horrible. They was like, oh my gosh, you smell like pee. I'm sorry, y'all. From that day forward, I never do any gig without an extra t-shirt and some baby wipes. I learned my lesson that day.
See what Ron said? I actually did a ball python demonstration at a local prison here in Puerto Rico once. That was wild.
Wow. Yeah. That's dope. I wouldn't mind doing that. That'd be fun. Kind of interesting. I'm like, look, as long as you don't shank my snakes, I'm cool. Just we are cool. We are friends.
Like that spider on the ceiling.
Yeah, we cool. We cool, man. This is truth. This is Switzerland.
What has been your favorite snake to hold lately?
Gotta be Juju, the dwarf retic. That mine. He's something different. Retics, I get the hype of retics now that I have him. I still say ball pythons are my favorite animal, but handling him, it's just a whole different ball game, because they really are curious. And now he's getting to the point to where it's kind of like Jimmy, my boa constrictor. Like when we go on photo shoot gigs or we do classroom presentations, I could give Jimmy to anybody. But if I walk away, Jimmy follows me. He'll be on the floor chilling, having a good time. But the moment I walk away, he turned his head and he like, where we going? Like, wait a minute, what you doing? And he follows me. Juju is the same way. I've noticed that a lot, where if I am out of his sight, he turn around, he like, wait a minute, where you going? Where you going? And then he follows everywhere I go. And I love it. That's a whole different ball game. The ball pythons, as much as I love Jafar, and Jafar's my best friend, if I walk away from him, he like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm cool. Or I might go and, oh, you're gone? Perfect opportunity. Let me go do something I ain't supposed to do. Let me go get into some trouble. But exactly. Juju and Jimmy, they like, no, you not leaving me. Don't leave me with all these 5-year-olds. Where are you going? That's how they acted.
Save me. Get me.
Save me. They're touching me. Save me.
Why would you do this to me? They are like emotional support animals, I swear, like Nikki says.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Like, a lot of y'all who personally know me in the chats, and you too, Nikki, I've been dealing with a lot of grief and stuff lately. And literally, like, if I'm not training for my race that's coming up, I'm in my room holding a snake. That's the only thing that's been keeping me going. Only thing that's getting me out of bed. If I hear a snake poop up, that's an excuse to hold one. Come on. Right. Let me, while I clean your tub, wrap around my neck. Come on. And then let's just hang out for an extra 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I ain't got to put you back in the tub right quick. Like, they've really been emotional support animals for me lately, these past 2 weeks. Like, for real.
They're really good at being calming, because you have to be calm when you hold them.
Yeah, you can't be all jittery and you have to be relaxing for them to be relaxed.
Mm-hmm. And they fully trust you, because what else can they do?
Exactly. They're like, I really hope this person don't drop me, don't eat me.
This giant's holding me. Why is this huge person holding me? How did you get into reptiles to start with?
I've always loved animals. I've been a big animal nerd growing up. Watching the Steve Irwins of the world, or the Kratt brothers, Sabumafu and stuff. Like, growing up, I always told my mom, one, that I'll work for Walt Disney, and two, I want to be a vet. Got to college, trying to go to vet school, try to take those biology classes, and was like, nope, that ain't for me. Oh, I got to put an animal to sleep. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do surgery, biopsy. Nah, we good. Like, and then I tried to be a zookeeper, and that's super competitive and impossible to get. Like, literally, a zookeeper has to die in order for a job to be fulfilled.
So just waiting for each other to.
Pretty much, you're just basically waiting for the zookeeper to pass away. Because
lion feeding day.
Kurt's in the background. Did you hear him? Is it lion feeding day? Is it lion feeding day?
Like literally, in Memphis, we had. I actually met the guy who took care of the tigers and lions, all the big cats. He was there since he was like 21, and when I met him, he was like in his 70s.
So not only do they just never leave. So that is why you have to wait for that. Forever.
Yeah. And so all my dreams of working with animals was just deteriorating. I was like, you know what, this ain't gonna never happen. But I remember vividly as a child, because I was raised on my grandparents' farm. Me and my mom lived with them for the first 6-7 years of my life. And I remember my granddaddy telling me when we go out to the goat pen, if you see a snake, let me know so I can kill it. I've seen plenty of local snakes. Never snitched. Never told my granddaddy. I just thought, oh, look at that cute little creature, and just kept it moving. And then once I became an adult and I realized, oh, shoot, you can have snakes as pets. Like, that's a possibility. It was over. By that time, I was out the house. My mom couldn't say no, because she said no to everything. She said no to fish, hamsters, dogs, cats. She said no to everything. I was like, oh, I'm living on my own. I'm finna go get a snake. And my friends took me to my very first Repticon here. And that's when me and Jafar locked eyes. And I was like, that's my snake right there. Like I literally looked at him and said, that's mine. Best $10 I ever spent.
You see, Marcus says they have a snake named Jafar.
Oh, nice. Oh, an ultra pied. What?
Look at that.
Mine is a classic, super classic, no hits. He's a rare snake. You don't see any of those around.
And then Elias said that she made it all the way through school and her internship, then came home one day and said, nope, can't do this, because an elderly man brought in his basset hound and was very sad to say goodbye.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. And I'm a sensitive thug. I can't. I putting the dog to sleep and stuff. Like I rescued, well, me and my siblings, because we crazy like that. We rescued a bunch of puppies we found out in the woods back here, because we lived in the middle of nowhere, and we rescued them. We found them good homes, and my mom said we could keep one. The one we kept, out of all those puppies, all those siblings lived their best lives. Ours had parvo.
Aww.
And I had to witness that baby take his last breath in my arms. That took me out. Like we scheduled an appointment for the vet. Mama said we could have him. Cool. This the one we want. Make an appointment to the vet for Monday. He was gone by Friday. Aww. He didn't even make it over the weekend. I was like, why the one we picked, the one was the sick one? Everybody else, we called all the people we gave the siblings to. Oh yeah, our dog is fine. I'm like, what the world? Out of all the puppies, the one we chose had parvo. It was, but yeah, I can't. That's when I really knew being a vet was never my calling. Cause I'll be crying every day. I could. I'll be crying and drinking. That's what I'll be doing.
And wanting to keep all of the cute animals that you saw all day long. Like
the ones that get surrendered or whatever. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep that house full of dogs.
Yeah. I don't know. If I fostered animals, which is why I'm not allowed to foster animals, because I'd be a foster failure. And we'd have so many things. And Kurt knows it. Kurt's like, I've asked a few times, hey, can we foster, before we got Nellie, can we foster a dog? Or there's these puppies. And he's like, no, it's not happening.
And it comes across as me being rude, but I got to the point where she would just give me that look and then be like, you know that I mean it in a good way, and you would not be able to let that dog go when it came to it.
When it's time for it to be adopted out, you will not be able to let it go.
No. I had this whole idea.
You'd be sad for a month.
I was going to, this was right after we got married. I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to be a volunteer at the local animal shelter. And he was like, no, that's not going to happen.
That's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. Nope. Not at all.
The inside track to all the animals, he knew what I was already after.
Yeah, but that's kind of into the
before your first page, before you get through orientation, it's 5 dogs in your house already.
Would have been too.
Yeah, and then you'd spend a month and a half working with a dog, and then go in there the next day or the next time you were scheduled, and it wouldn't be there.
Because it'd be adopted out.
And you'll be so sad. Yeah,
I would have been.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been good. He knew my heart couldn't handle it.
You'd be tearing your heart out every day. There's a lot of jobs like that where you don't really think about it. You just
until you in it.
Your goals in your mind to the good aspects. You don't even see the negatives.
Yep, that's how it is with teaching. First of all, I never wanted to be a teacher because both my parents were teachers. My mom was a principal. My grandma worked in the school system, so I knew the ins and outs growing up as a child. And I'm like, nope, why would I want to have a job like that? Hell no. I saw how stressed my mom was. Hell no. And everybody was like, you're going to be just like your mama. You're going to be a teacher one day. And I'm like, nope. I worked at Target for over 10 years. Like, nope. Then finally the economy was going to shit. And I was tired of working full time, but not getting full-time pay. My mom said, just apply to be a teacher assistant. And I was like, nope, man. Best decision I ever made. I didn't realize I was running from this career. I didn't realize how much I needed it and it needed me. Because I stepped in that classroom with those, because my first job, I was at a school and they put me in a room with special needs kids. So it's the head teacher and me and another assistant. Those kids, I still think of those children to this day, and I haven't seen them in 6 years. Like, those are my babies. That's when I realized. And then by the end of that semester, school's out, we about to go on summer break. My mom looked at me. She was like, "You love it now?" I said, "Yeah." she was like, "Had you followed being a teacher from the very beginning, right out of college, it would have been a lot easier." I was like, "Nope, I was fighting."
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have appreciated it like you do now. You have a different perspective on it, right?
Yeah.
Everything
My mindset probably would have been, totally different. Yep. So you're right. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's another one of those jobs where if you're not in it 100%, it'll slowly kill you. You cannot be
in it for the money. People think, "Oh, you're a teacher. You work, oh, you're a teacher. First of all, you get all this money, and then you get summer breaks, you get Christmas breaks, you get spring breaks, you get all this time off." And it's like, baby, the time off we got ain't enough because we're working so many hours outside of work. We don't just work from 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., depending on your school schedule, to 3 or 4 p.m. Like, I'm doing lesson plans. Well, I kind of got it figured out to, if I just devote 1 hour a Sunday, I can knock a whole month of lesson plans out. But you're doing so much on the back end outside of work. You have parents calling you outside of work. One time I was in the middle of sophisticated ignorance, and a parent was blowing my phone up like it was a dire emergency at 10 p.m. And I'm like, "Baby, it's Saturday night. Why are you calling me?" And all she wanted, I mean, she means well. She's a great mom. She's very into the schools. If you need her to volunteer, she'll be there. But she was blowing my phone up at 10 p.m. on a Saturday about a field trip that was happening 2 weeks later. I was like, really? It's just, you're doing so much overtime you're doing. And then I have the snakes. So it's like, when winter is over and we start going out doing photo shoots and all the stuff that Creative Reptiles is known for doing, I'll be working every day of the week, Saturdays, Sundays, my nights, everything. I already have 3 proms booked and ready for when it gets warm out. So as soon as I get off work one Friday, I have to run home, grab the snakes, and then run across town for a prom send-off so these kids can have my snakes as pictures for their prom, which they're dope. They're a fun gig. I love doing those, but it's like, I don't get home till like 10 p.m. most of the time during the spring and summer months.
I never thought about the snakes in a prom photo shoot. That's amazing.
I never thought of it till some child approached me. It was like, "Hey, I'm going to prom, and my tux has like a snake print outline on the cuffs and stuff." He was like, "I want to use the snakes for pictures." And then once he posted his pictures, everybody started calling me, talking about, "Can we use the snake for our prom?" And so we've done at least 5 or 6 in the past 3 years. We get a couple of bookings. So yeah, those are the most, out of all my photo shoot gigs, those are the easiest, because you're just going for the send-off party. Most of the time they feed me. The families feed me.
Nice.
Yeah, it never fails. Every gig, the mom be like, "Come get you a plate before you go." Okay. It's great. And they pay well. They don't ask, because for some reason, high schoolers going to prom treat renting a snake out better than the supermodels or the recording artists that rent my snakes for like music videos. Like, I'm like, how do high schoolers have more respect for my business than the adults? And so it's a lot of fun, and it's only like an hour, so I don't even charge much. I charge them like $50, but most gigs they tip me real good, and I get food. That's the best part.
So cool.
$50 and a dinner.
$50 a dinner, and then sometimes they'll be like, "Here go a tip for gas." Thank you. Because it's the easiest gig. You go in, you wrap a snake around their neck, they take prom pictures, they off, they leave. I ain't got to do no extra work. Yeah.
I like that. It gets kids into it, and right at the
Yeah.
right age too, where they're thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good,
I've
college.
had a couple of them. Yeah, I've had at least two of them contact me back via Instagram and asking if I want to get a pet snake, how do I house it, and all this other stuff. So now they're in college with a pet snake now because of me, and they blame me for it.
That's a good thing to be blamed for. I wouldn't mind being
Yeah.
blamed for that.
What up, Dylan?
And Tommy's here too. Hey, Tommy.
Tommy, thank you for tapping in.
Yeah, one thing I've started recommending to people as they approach and they're asking about their first animals, because a lot of people want to use an aquarium for an enclosure. I always try to push them towards like a PVC drawer system.
Me too.
Yeah, and it's rough because they give you that look, right? That like, oh, I don't know, you won't be able to see it, and I try to tell them that almost every snake you see it, like the last time it was at the expo, every snake you see here has been bred in a drawer system. Their parents and grandparents have been in a drawer system. Yeah, I don't know.
But I try to at least compromise when I get my suggestions. I'll tell them to go to Target or Walmart and get those sterile those Christmas tree totes.
Right.
Or even something a little bit smaller, and make sure it got the locks, the latches, because these snakes can push a regular one off real easy. And I try to compromise them, show them what type of hides to get. And I was like, when you're ready to upgrade to an enclosure, don't go to PetSmart or Petco and get the glass. I tell everybody, come to a Repticon with me, come to one of these little reptile shows, and I will show you some people who make the PVC enclosures, the 4x2s or whatever. That's what you need if you want to upgrade and get something that's a display. You still get the glass where you can see the animal, get the little LED lights inside and stuff so you can see them. But a full glass tank, I'd steer toward that, and I push them away from that every time. I'm like, that is not a good. I don't care what your favorite TikToker has. They trust me, they're spraying that enclosure down to keep that humidity up. Like, nah.
Like the last expo, Kurt was trying to steer people to the people who built who had the pre-made enclosures out of the totes, or walking people to the rack system that was for sale, because we had so many people that came up and they were like, we have a 75-gallon tank.
Right.
We want to get one of these. And we're like, no.
And I even took them to the people that had the full Exoterras built up bioactive. I was like, this is a better option than what you have.
Yeah. And I try to steer toward more of the custom built PVC enclosures, because we got a guy who travels and he sells those all the time. And I'm like, this is the perfect enclosure. It's enclosed, it's in space, it holds humidity, and you can still see the animal. Like, you can put the heat mat under it, or you can get the heat panel on the inside, screw it on the inside. But either way, it would be way better for your snake. Your snake will love it. They will love you for it. But yeah, I'm very over glass tanks, and I fight with the little when I was on TikTok, I'm not on it now, but when I was on TikTok, I would fight those little TikTok warriors who always go against the rack systems. And I'm like, there are other alternatives other than the glass tank. The glass tank is the devil. It's the enemy. And I keep preaching that.
That's the worst option. I'm in total agreement.
And there's other snakes that are happy in it. If you really need a tank, get a different type of snake.
Get a different snake that's not a ball python and not a retic and not a boa. Get a colubrid, get a corn snake, get one of them.
Go get a king snake. They'll love it.
Yeah. Yes. Get one of those.
At ours, we have a guy who builds. He used to be a cabinet maker, so he builds custom wooden closures that are fully set up. They have like the heat mat embossed in on the bottom, so everything's perfectly set up. But the problem is his price point is more than most people want to spend. On average, his enclosures are like $400. They're really nice though. That's what's behind us here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's covered up, but it's back there. Nothing's living in it right now because let me tell you, nothing's really happy in it.
Yeah, I haven't had luck. I really loved his tank, so I'm like,
Did you see this comment? Elias will only
I
put a
did.
clown in.
I
Is
did.
that what you're laughing at?
how dare you?
Clowns, hypos, and DGs, they deserve glass tanks. Yes.
Oh man. Never mind, Elias. Maybe you can't come over.
Okay, I'm revoking the hug. Revoking the hug.
I'm not revoking my hug, but
Don't revoke the hug.
sunglasses on Elias when he comes over. Be like, that's not what you think it is.
Yeah, this is a really weird looking banana.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Oh.
That is.
Oh man, you going on sophisticated ignorance tonight?
I'm gonna try to. I have a lot of family here for the funeral, so my siblings all flew in and stuff. So if they come into the house all rowdy and stuff, I might have to dip out early. They're still at the repast, eating and playing spades and having a good old time. You know, it's just somehow, I don't know about y'all, but in Black communities and Black families, funerals, when you go to the repast to eat, it turns into a whole family reunion to where everybody's like playing cards and having karaoke. It turns into a party all of a sudden. So they could go all night. They could go up until 11, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and who knows? So if
That's
they're not at the
celebrate somebody, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. And if they're not at the house by then, I'll probably hop on sophisticated for a little bit.
Yeah, Norwegian people generally start drinking aquavit, and then everything's either a drinking contest or a party. Like those old Norwegians, man, they can throw down. They're doing shots in their 70s. Oof.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's a dying breed, unfortunately, but it is true.
Yeah, the pure blood is a dying breed. Like
what I do? Oh, I was like, what I do? Deal it all. Yeah, I'll talk about the ashy snakes.
Yeah, putting them in the glass tank. I don't know. Some people have good luck, but I don't feel like putting a wet towel on top just to keep the humidity in.
Yeah, there. Like I said, there's so many better alternatives where both the keeper and the kept can be satisfied.
Yeah, Dylan says celebration of life. That's what we have.
It really is, yeah.
Yes, but ours don't sound as fun, Elias. Ours are like
y'all don't play spades and dominoes.
No, it doesn't turn into karaoke. It doesn't turn into anything fun. It's like a potluck and then you leave. Like this sounds way better than what we've got going on in life.
Oh, thanks, Lace. Appreciate it.
Went to one once. It was my grandpa's way before Kurt, or right after Kurt and I met, maybe before. I can't remember. There was an open mic. That should never, ever happen.
An open mic at a funeral?
It was the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my life. And it just turned into all of them like sharing stories of all the things that happened when they were kids. You know, like that just shouldn't happen.
It was all the negative experiences.
Yes, I remember being like,
good. I remember
take the mic away. Who had this idea?
Who thought they were a poet? Who thought they were a rapper? No.
Karaoke. Like maybe if somebody would have busted out in song instead, that would have been way better than
the open mic. God. That's funny. God. Or at least have a roast. Like I wouldn't mind that. Like I told my family, I don't want a traditional funeral. Don't have me in a casket. Don't have me in a church. I want to be cremated. Just take me to Dollywood because that's my favorite vacation spot. Take me up to the mountains of Dollywood. I want to see Dolly Parton. Take me to the mountain. Scatter my ashes across the mountain. Drink and be merry. That's what I want. You to drink, have fun, be merry, celebrate, share all the crazy stories of what we did growing up as kids. Call it a day. That's it. Don't be sitting at a church crying for me. Like, nah.
That sounds like a better open mic version.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds like a blast.
However,
Exactly.
we're keeping you around for a long time, so.
Yeah. Y'all gonna put me in a cryo chamber like Walt Disney? Like, you can't leave. Stay here.
Yeah. Well, maybe by then we'll all be like Futurama and be little heads in the preserved glass.
Yeah.
Last thing we need. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Mm-mm.
When are you getting into Southeast, Lace? Or Lace? Elias? Sorry, I was looking at Lace's comments a second ago. Good Lord. So my brain
I
knows.
believe my family and I are driving down Friday night as soon as we get off work, because we're all teachers and educators. So
Mhm.
the moment the school dismiss, we're hitting the highway. But they have things they got to do, so I'll probably have to grab an Uber or a Lyft to the show that Saturday morning. Of course, I'm not canceling Snake Cinema podcast, so I'll probably do the podcast from the hotel room and then take a Lyft to the show on Saturday, hang out with y'all until my mom call and say, yo, we about to head back to Memphis. Then I'll leave out.
How long of a drive is that?
About 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, but if she gets tired and don't want to drive back Saturday night, if she texts me and say we're not leaving till Sunday morning, I might hang out and party with y'all all Saturday night and then just live back to the hotel.
Hey, it all sounds good.
Yeah.
Either way, we get to meet you, and that's what's exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm not buying nothing. I'm just taking pictures, making a vlog. I'm gonna make a YouTube vlog. So everybody be ready. Everybody in the chats, be ready. Have your gear, have your merch on, because my cameras is gonna be out the whole time, the whole show.
People better be wearing their merch. I tell you what.
Of course.
And that's all
You can't meet them. You can't meet the merch god and not have your merch on.
No, and if people are playing it right, they should just bring a bag full of other shirts and just be changing them out during the. See, Elias, one time you got this on. See, Elias, the next time, now you're wearing this. What's it gonna be?
I'm having 4 outfit changes the whole show.
Like those cool outfits where you click the undo the Velcro and your neck shirt falls, then you got that's what we need.
Those pants at the sports, those breakaway pants that the basketball players just woo.
Breakaway merch. There you go, Elias. That's what's next.
I need Printify to get on it.
That's too good. Oh my gosh. You could have reversible shirts.
Yeah.
Flip it in.
Like instead of slacking on the back, are you slacking on the inside?
Oh, that brings it to a whole new level.
It's like those shirts you'll see for kids where they lift it up and it's got like a dinosaur face.
Yeah. a hidden picture.
Oh my gosh. This is getting good.
See, we coming up with ideas here. We coming up with this might be good.
This could be good. This could be really good. Oh. This has been a lot of fun, Elias.
It has been, yes.
It's been a blast. Thanks for hanging out with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I've always wanted to be in the circle. I was like, when they're going to invite me in the circle? I haven't been in the circle yet.
You've been in the circle for a really long time. You just haven't been on the circle.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not cool enough for the circle. I'm outside the circle.
Oh, hell no.
No. You're embedded in the circle. Sorry. You're stuck in here now. There's no
I'm trapped now. It sounds like the premise of a new Netflix show.
Instead of The Ring, you're in the circle.
Gotta have that creepy guy that you think murdered people.
Oh, great.
Isn't that always part of the successful shows?
Yeah.
That is, yeah. I promise it won't turn into a horror movie. That would be terrible.
Yeah, because everybody knows I'll die first. Unfortunately.
And I probably would be second because I'd be like laugh crying in the corner because I'd be so scared.
You'd be the one who trip over your feet. You'll be running and trip over your own feet.
That would be me.
Or don't go in that door and you go in that door. That's Nikki.
See how I mix up names? I mix up everything else in life. I went in the shop about, what was it, a month ago. I was wearing my
yeah.
Crocs, which are big anyway, right? Because the toe box of your Crocs is like giant. I'm walking into the shop. Kurt's in there working on the rack or the ASF rack when we had gotten it, and I just go boop, fall right over. But Kurt's like laughing hysterically. I go, I'm my elbow. I'm on the ground, Kurt. And he goes, Nikki, it's the funniest thing to watch a full-grown human being fall in slow motion. I'm sorry. I don't even know.
For no reason. It's just like,
so see,
look, my sisters have gotten me into going to like haunted houses during Halloween.
oh no.
When I tell you, I'm a scary thug. I'm scared of everything. When I tell you, one time a monster popped out and I turn around and my sister's on the floor, I'm like, oh Lord, we all gonna die today. We all gonna die. If this was a real scary movie, we are gone. We're not surviving. I remember I did a haunted house many years ago, like high school, and I know I kicked a performer. Like, I feel so bad for whatever volunteer that was. I know before I ran, I drop kicked someone and took off running.
The last haunted house I went into was at the fair, which now thinking about it, why was there a haunted house at a fair in the middle of the summer?
They pop up at fairs now.
That was weird, but it was high school, and this is why I knew it was the last one I could ever go in, because I tried to punch somebody. And then after trying to punch somebody, I just booked it out the emergency door where nobody was supposed to go out. And I found myself just standing outside by myself. So I was like, that's it. I can't do this ever again. I've now tried to assault someone, and I've gone where I wasn't supposed to go.
That poor kid probably quit that night. Like, I can't do this anymore. This is the 5th person who hit me.
Yeah, I'm done. My first day on the job, too. Oh, my gosh.
I just steer clear. I know better.
We even went on our way back from we were on our way back from the expo down in Oregon, and it was in October, so right around Halloween. We're coming back, and Kurt's like, pick somewhere that we can go eat. And it's Angel and Kurt and myself, and we're driving back, and I'm like, okay, we have to find someplace big enough for the big truck and the trailer. All right, so I find this random place. We pull into this random place, and next to it is this old, like, there's all these like spotlights flashing in the air, and it's an old theater that's redone as a very scary haunted house. And for a fleeting moment, we're sitting there eating, and I'm like, guys, there's still tickets available, and both of them are like, no.
Yeah, it was really fancy. It had not one, not two, not three, but 4 setups.
Yeah,
it had 4 individual haunted houses, and
yes,
one was like creepy dead children. And
we went to something like that in Nashville. My sister took me to a place like that where it was 4 different buildings that you pay one ticket. It's 4 different buildings and multiple haunted houses, and one started off inside of a random school bus. Like, you had to walk in through a school bus in order to get in the haunted house. It was dope. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I know I'm a scary person. I can't do it by myself. I don't see how people do that stuff solo. Like, I watch YouTube videos of content creators who go to like Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal, and they have a VIP tour, so they're by themselves. I'm like, I can't do it. I gotta have a group of people, and I gotta be in the middle. I can't be the lead, and I can't be the back. Put me in the middle.
Yeah, don't put you anywhere near that chainsaw guy with that chases you at the end.
Always the chainsaw guy with no chain.
Always in with a chainsaw guy. Always.
And it doesn't matter. Even like, I am always convinced that the chainsaw is real, and it's going to get me.
Yes, like this is gonna be the day where I'm on the news because the guy accidentally cut me, and the witness is gonna be like, this wasn't supposed to happen. I'm gonna be the random offshoot that gets stabbed by a chainsaw guy.
See, gotta stay in the middle. Let it be somebody else.
Yeah, nah. Keep me in the middle. I don't want to be the lead, and I don't want to be the caboose.
I'm just never going in a haunted house again.
No thanks.
It's just safer for everybody if Kurt and I don't go in one. Well, they
It's
might give you
safer
a
for the
seat there, bro.
workers. It's safer for the workers if you don't go
Safer for the workers. It's safer for Kurt.
in.
I
Yeah.
don't go in there.
Saves us a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably true. Oh my gosh.
Mm-mm.
Well, this has been a blast. We should probably let you go
Yes.
because you have family there and things. And also, we can catch you on Sophisticated Ignorance probably in a little bit.
Of course. I'm gonna try to hop on tonight. Probably won't stay late, but I'll hop on tonight and talk with the homies, Wiz and Keys and everybody in row. So please, all those in the chat, if you're not subscribed to anybody in the Whiskey Bum Network, you need to be subscribed to Keys, you need to be subscribed to Wiz Constrictors. I would say be subscribed to Bum Projects, but KG don't have no real YouTube page. Just subscribe to everybody. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, Irresistibles, you need to be subscribed so you can tune in to all the In Your Circles and Show Me Your Rack. I was about to say, give me your rack.
Hey, somebody wants to just hand that over too. We'll take you gladly. Send them over.
I was giving y'all a whole new show. Give me your rack.
I like that. Give it to me. And for those in the chat, if you did not watch Elias's show this morning, Elias has a show every Saturday morning. Got to check it out.
9 a.m. Central, the real time zone. Snake Cinema Podcast. Yes. Watch today's episode where I reviewed the comedy of One of Those Days. And then I end up going on a rant about representation in Hollywood. It was never planned. That rant was never planned. But if y'all love my rants, it was a great one. And then next Saturday, because the Grammys are tomorrow night, I will be reviewing this year's Grammy Awards, and I'll be reviewing The Weeknd's new album that just dropped yesterday. So it will be a music-heavy episode next week. But yes, tune in. Snake Simba Podcast on the Whiskey Bomb Network, 9 a.m. Central. And if you're not subscribed to Creative Reptiles YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, you need to, because there's going to be a lot of unboxings, a lot of reveals, a lot of breeding plans. So I'm very, very excited. I've been vlogging at least once or twice a week so far.
You've been doing
on
awesome.
that channel. I'm trying. I'm on the road to 800 subscribers. I realized that I'm so close and yet so far. I'm like at 780 something. So I'm trying to get to 800. Yeah.
You've got this.
Yeah. Got to stay the course.
Yep. It's a marathon.
It is.
It really is. Oh, don't remind me. I'm marathon training right now.
He's getting ready.
And
I know.
Yeah.
Working
Next
two
week.
at the same time. Didn't even realize.
Next week, I got to run 6.5 miles. God help me.
You can do it.
This training plan is kicking my butt.
You've got this.
Thank you
everybody for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Show Me Your Rack. But if you want to give us a cue, send it our way. Bye.
Absolutely. Later.
Yes.
The ups and downs, we stay strong. In your circle, that's where we belong. Lifting each other all day long. In this family, we can't go wrong.